Hello everyone, my name is Duckademy, and right now we'll take a quick look into basic command line usage under Linux. So let's start it. Log into the Ubuntu desktop with a password1, capital P at the beginning. And after that you log into the Ubuntu, you will see the graphical user interface. But for the command line usage, we more use the command line itself. If you want to change from the graphical user interface to the command line usage, just press the Ctrl and the Alt and the function 1 key after each other, but just press all the time all the three on the keyboard. And okay, so login prompt, this is how it's called, and type in your username, it's Duckademy, and the password is password1 with a capital P at the beginning, just like that. Okay, but you can use command line and the terminal under the graphical user interface as well. So let's look at it. To change back to the graphical user interface, just press the Alt and the function 7 on the keyboard at the same time. And if you want to change back from the text interface to the graphical user interface, it's enough to just press the Alt and the function key. But remember, if you want to change from the GUI to the text terminal, you have to press the Ctrl, Alt and the function key as well. Okay, to start a terminal on the graphical interface, press the Windows button on your keyboard and start to type in terminal, and you will see other possibilities. 3 possibilities are there, and just click on the terminal. This is the most popular and the best terminal emulator under Linux. It's called GNOME Terminal. And what you see here, it's almost the same what you see on the text terminal. So this is what we call the prompt. Okay, what's in the prompt? The first is your username, separated by the @ sign. And after that, here is the host name, the name of the computer. Where are you working right now? And after that, it's a semicolon. And this is the directory, where are you currently. Okay, this is a special sign, it's called tilde, and it means that you are in your home directory. Okay, so how can I make sure that everything is correct in the prompt? Okay, to know who you are, or if it's not printed, because there are some systems which don't print this information, just type in who am I, press enter, and it will print out your username. So okay, the prompt was correct. Okay, how can you make sure that the hostname is the same as printed out? Type in hostname and it will give you back the hostname of the computer. So this is the name of the computer name. If you want to see that with the domain name, just domain name, it's called full qualified domain name, just like that. So okay, this is called a full qualified domain name, and this part is the host name, and this is the domain name. Okay, if you want to see that on your local computer, just type in hostname space dash and F and press enter. Right now we don't have a domain name in our system, but this is the correct command to let the system print out the hostname with the full qualified domain name. Okay, and to print out where are you currently, just press pwd and press enter. So after you typed in this command, pwd, it's printing out your current working directory. Okay, so it's home Duckademy. Right now your home directory is the same as this sign, the tilde. And how to prove it? Okay, to change between the directories, you can use the cd command. And to go up one level, just type in cd space and 2 dots, press enter, And right now, okay, it prints out that you are in a home. To make sure that, okay, you are in the home, just use the previous command and you can see you are at the home directory. Okay, and type in cd space and the tilde sign, press enter and type in pwd, okay, and you can see that you're in your home directory, home Duckademy, because every user on the Linux system has a home directory under the home subdirectory of the root directory. Okay, so the tilde sign means it's a special character and it means your home directory. Okay, to change back to the previous directory where you have been, you can use the command with a special option, the cd space, and type in the dash and press enter. Okay, you can see that you are at the home directory. Again, type cd space dash again, press enter. Okay, and it prints out the name of the directory where it has been changed back. And you can see that you are here. So this is how you can change between the previous directory and the current directory. To change to your home directory without entering the tilde sign, just simply type in cd and press enter. That's so simple. And if you want to go to a specific directory, just specify the absolute path, just like that, just cd space / home / Duckademy and press enter. Okay, this is how you just specify a specific directory. Okay, just type in cd space / home and press enter. Okay, and this is how you do it. So this is how you specify a directory with an absolute path name. This is the absolute path name. Change back to your home directory and just type cd. Okay, if you don't want to type so much, you can use the tab on your keyboard. And how does it work? Okay, just type in cd space and just press the / button and press the tab. It seems that's nothing happening, but in fact, if you just press the tab again, it will print out all the possibilities. How it can just change the directories, or these are the file or directory names, what you can type in. Okay, and just press H, press tab. Okay, and right now it's the only one directory or file name which starts with H. It will complement the name of the directory. And press tab again, and as the only directory under the home subdirectory of the / is the Duckademy directory, it just complements it again. So this is how you can avoid lots of typing under a Linux command line. Let's take a look at the basic file management commands. And before that, just use the command clear and it will clear the screen or the terminal on your computer, so you can see better what's happening right now. And the first command what we use is a touch. Touch, it just creates files without any content, so it just creates empty files. Or if a file exists on the computer in the current directory, so let's say we just create a text file, testfile.txt, and it will create it. Or if it's already created, it's existing file, it will just update change time of the file. So you can see if it's been changed just right now. Okay, but right now we just use it for creating a simple file to be able to work with that later. Okay, so the next command, and what we will use lots of times under the Linux command line, is the ls, which lists the contents of the directory. So you can see the files and directories, but how can you know which are the files and which are the directories? Okay, under Ubuntu, it's a simple template, and you can just differentiate between the files and the computers by the color of the text. But under other systems and all Linux system, that's an option that's working. Okay, just type ls space dash and L, press enter, and it will list all the files and directories, and it's called a long list, and it prints out lots of other information about the file and directories, the size of the file or directories, the time when the file directory last changed, and the owner of the file. And in the first column you can see if it's starting with a D, it means it's a directory. So as the line with the desktop starts with a D, it's a directory. If it starts with a simple dash, it means it's a simple file. So examples that desktop is a simple file and nothing more, and the test file.txt is the same. So that's how you can differentiate between the files and directories. Okay, if we just take a quick look at it, at the size, you can see the system prints it out in bytes, so it's not very attractive. So to make it better looking, just type in ls space dash L and H. You can combine options, and H means human readable. So it will convert the bytes into kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, and so on. And you can see that, okay, it's almost 9 kilobytes. The example, the desktop, and the test file, as it's just created and it's empty, it has 0 bytes, so it doesn't have any size. If you have a directory, what you want to order the files and directories by their size, you can combine more options. Let's say ls space dash LH and type in the capital S and press enter. It will print out the contents of the directory ordered by their size, and the biggest file is at the beginning of the list, and the smallest is at the end of the list. Okay, as you can see, but you can change the order. You can reverse the order if you want. If you combine the LHS with the R and press enter, and as you can see, the smallest file right now is at the beginning of the list, and the biggest is at the end of the list. Okay, so that's about the size and how you order by the size and so on. But if you want to order the files by their change time or creation time, just use the LH options combined with the T option. And as you can see, the test file is the latest, so this is at the beginning of the list. And of course you can change the order, just reverse it if you combine the LS LHT with the option R. Right now the oldest file is at the beginning of the list. Okay, if you want to list all the directories and the subdirectories and the subdirectories of the subdirectories, you can use the ls with the option the capital R. So ls space dash R, and if you just press enter, you can see right now it prints out the directories and the files and the contents of the directories. Right now they are empty, but if you take a quick look at other directory, for example the user share directory where all the documentation can be found, just type in ls space dash R /user share /doc. You can see there are lots of files under lots of subdirectories. So this is how you just list the files and the directories on a Linux system. Okay, just type in clear and move to the next command. The next command is the cp, which means copy. And with that command, you copy files from one directory to another or copy the directories itself. So start with copy the test file and create a test file 2 with a copy command. And this is so simple. Just press enter. And as you can see, you can type ls space -lh and let's say test file 2.txt. Okay, you can see it's created right now with a copy. And what you have to know more about the copy, okay, just right now type in that command sudo space su space and dash. And with that command under Ubuntu, you can change to the root user with your own password. So type in password1 with a capital P at the beginning, press enter, and you became the root user. And under Linux, the root user is the administrator or super user, so who has the more power on the Linux system. Okay, and what happens if you, okay, you have to change back to the home Duckademy and test it. Okay, you can say cp space testfile.txt space and create a test file 3.txt. Okay, what was the purpose of that command or the test? Okay, just let's say ls space lh space test file and just type asterisk. You can use special characters, wildcard characters as well under Linux, and the asterisk is the most popular. Press enter. So it will just print out all the files which starts with a test file. Okay, what's the difference between the previous command and that output of the command? Okay, what's the difference? As you can see, when we copy the file with our own user, Duckademy user, the owner of the file is the same. Okay, that was the same. So if you copy the files of the user to another user or the user itself to another directory, the owner of the file will be the one who copied the file. So the users who get the files will not able to read or write the files or anything because of that. Okay, how you can change this behavior? You can change it if you use the cp command with a -p. P means preserve, so it preserves the original attributes of a file. So let's say copy the test file .txt to a new file, test file 4.txt, and see what's happened. Just type in the previous command, ls/lh test file asterisk. Okay, and as you can see, right now the user is the Duckademy, just like in the previous cases, and not in the latest, when the root user owned the file. So the original user wouldn't be able to reach it or use it. Okay, change back with an exit command to your original user. Okay, just to make sure that I'm the Duckademy. I just type in the who am I command. I know practice makes the master. And try the cp command with another option. Okay, first, before that option, try to copy a directory. So we have videos directory under our home directory, and try to copy that to videos 2 directory. Okay, and it says, okay, the cp says it's omitting the directory. Why is it omitting? Because the cp by default only copies files and not directories. You can change this behavior and you can say cp space dash r and videos to videos 2. Okay, right now it worked. Just to make sure, we just type ls. Okay, and as you can see, there's a videos 2 directory. But if you want to avoid the previous mistake what we made with the root user, when the original owner changed to the new owner, you can use it with a p as well. Okay, cp space dash rp space videos 2 or videos 3, because videos 2 it's there. Okay, so if you want to omit these two options and just to use one, you can substitute the RP combination only with A. A means it will preserve all the attributes and move all the files, directories and subdirectories of the given directory. So if you just type in cp-a videos 4, it will create the videos 4 directory, and it will just copy all the files and subdirectories under this directory from the videos directory. Okay, so at the cp, the A option is equivalent to rp, and there are some other options as well, but right now we are not interested. Okay, what happens if a file or directory exists under the same name what we give to the cp? Let's say, well, before that, just list all the test files, ls-lh test file asterisk, and you can see, okay, there are all the test files, and the test file 2 created at 9:42. Okay, just type in test file.txt, cp test file.txt, and copy test file2.txt. Press enter. Okay, what happened? To see what happened, just type in the same command as before the cp, list all the test files, and as you can see, it's updated, but it's overwritten. So instead of saying, hey, do you know what I'm doing? By default, you can simply overwrite files with a simple copy command. To avoid this, you can make sure that it will ask if the other file or directory exists, where you want to copy the original file. So let's say you want to copy the test file txt to the test file 2.txt. Okay, what happens right now? It says, okay, are you sure you want to overwrite the text file 2.txt? And you can say yes or y simply if you want to overwrite, or with no if you don't want to overwrite. Okay, what happens if I say n and just list it, and you know it's not updated. You can see from the date of the file that it's the same date as it was before, but right now current time is different from the creation or the change time of the file. Okay, so, and you can combine all these options together. So you can say, okay, preserve it, or with A, so use it, for example, with a P, and say yes at this time, and just print out the details of the file. Okay, it's preserved, you know, you see what happened? The date of the file is different from the previous. Why? Because we copied and preserved all the attributes of the file. So right now, the test file 2 is completely the same as a test file. Okay, so that's how you can copy files, overwrite files, interactively asking whether you want to overwrite the files or no, if you copy. But what if you want to move a file, not just copy? You can use a simple command, but before that we just issue the clear command. You can just type in mv and it means move. So it's so simple that you say move testfile.txt to testfile5.txt, for example. Okay, just make sure that what we have beginning with a test file. Okay, as you can see, the test file right now has all the same attributes as the testfile.txt has before. As you can see, it didn't ask anything, just as well the cp command, and the method is the same if you want to make sure that you don't overwrite anything by accident. So let's say move testfile.txt to testfile5.txt, for example, because it exists. Okay, so it asks you whether you want to overwrite the file or not. So we can say yes, I can overwrite, or say no, I don't want you to overwrite it. Okay, what's the big difference between the move and the copy command? Besides that the copy will create a copy and it will consume space, and the move just simply renames a file. So if you want to rename a file or a directory, you use a move. If you want to move a directory or file, you use the move command as well. And it's like the move without any options. It's the same as the cp-a, so it preserves all the details. It moves directories and subdirectories, so there's no recursive option or so with the move command. Okay, so that's how we created files and moved them, copied them, and so on. And right now, let's see how can we create directories. There's a command make dir mkdir, and you can create a test dir. Okay, you just created it. Okay, you're happy. Just list my home directory, and you can see here is a test dir. Okay. What if I want to create multiply directories or directories with subdirectories? So let's say I want to create testdir2 under the testdir, and the testdir3 under testdir2. Just type in that command and press enter. Okay. It says, okay, it cannot create directory. No such file or directory. But which one? Because the testdir exists. We made it sure before. Okay, the thing is that if you want to create testdir, the testdir2 has to exist before that. But if you want to avoid that, and you want to create in one step all the subdirectories, you can just type in mkdir -p testdir2 /testdir3. Okay, the P means create the parent directories as well if they are missing. So that's how you can do that. And there's a special command called mkdir here Right now it's not installed by default in Ubuntu, but you can install it later. But mkdir-p works all the time. There are a special command if you just type mkdir here. Okay, it says, okay, it's currently not installed. You can install it but you can just stay with that command, the mkdir command with that option for sure. Okay, just clear the screen and take a look at how you remove the directories. Okay, remove the directories. Let's say you want to remove the testdir3, which is under testdir2, which is under testdir. Okay, just type that. Okay, right now it works. Okay, and just list the testdir. Okay, there is the testdir2, and list that. Okay, it's clear. What happens if you wanna delete the testdir? Okay, it's not empty. So if we would have any files or subdirectories under testdir3, the command wouldn't succeed, and just like that. Okay, it's the same case. How you can just remove directories? Okay, you can try that with rmdir-p testdir. It says, okay, it's not empty. Why? Because there is no p option, just like with the mkdir. So instead of that, you have to use the remove command with a special option. Just clear the screen. And this command rm means remove. And remove command removes files and directories. If you want to remove directories, you have to issue it with the R option. The R option means recursively. So if you issue that command, just type in rm space -r space testdir. It will remove all the subdirectories, files under the testdir and the testdir itself. Okay. Again, it's not asking. So how can you make sure that it will ask? Just issue command R with the RI options to make it interactive, and test it with the videos 4 directory, for example. Okay, it will ask you whether to remove the directory 4 or not. Just right now, let's say yes, and list the directory, and the videos 4 directory is gone. Okay, so what happens if we change the order of the options? So instead of recursive and interactive, say interactive recursive, and let's say we try it with the videos 3. Okay, right now in that case it asks again, so in that case it doesn't matter, so we can remove the videos and so on. Okay, there are another option what we will just take a quick look when we remove files. As I said before, remove removes files and directories, so let's try remove test file 5.txt, for example. Press enter. Okay, and it's removed without any question. Okay, you know what's happening next. Issue the command rm space -i, what we left, test file 4, and press enter. Okay, it will ask you remove regular empty file. Okay, it says it's empty, so we can know it's not so valuable, but who knows. So let's say, okay, remove. Just list the files and see what happened. Not so much. There is only test file 3. Okay, so we just create a new test file with the touch command. Okay, and what we will test is the rm command, the remove command with a new option. And this is the F, the force. With force, you can force the system to remove the files without any questions or hesitation. Or why do we issue it? Because globally you can change the global settings. So rm doesn't behave just like before, that if you just issue the command rm testfile.txt, it will not ask anything, but you can make the system behaves that it will ask anything. So you can make the interactive option enabled by default. But if you remove the file with the F option, it will override the interactive question. Just to prove it. Okay, right now it's not the default, but see what happens if I issue both options at the same time. So create a file again, testfile.txt. Just clear the screen just in case. And issue that command rm dash f I. So force the rm to delete the files without any questions, and interactive ask whether you want to remove the file or directory or not. So they have the opposite aim. So see what's happening. Okay, it's asking right now. Right now we say no, because we want to test the other way around. What happens if we issue the interactive option first and the force option after that? Okay, it will just remove the file without any hesitation. So if the options with the comments have a different aim, an opposite aim, the order of the options is very important because they override each other. So that's the time the force override the interactive option, and in that case the interactive override the force option because the interactive was the later, and in that case the force was the later. Okay, so we have seen the basic file usage commands under Linux. How can you find more help and more information about them? Under Linux, the help files are in a form of manual pages. So that like manual pages. So we call them man pages, and we read them with the man command. So type man space rm and press enter. Okay, and you can see, okay, it's a name of the command, the purpose of the command, options, what options does it have. Okay, and you can use the buttons on your keyboard, the up and down, the cursors, up and down cursor to move from top to the bottom and go there. And if you press Q, you will just quit from the man page. Okay, but how do you know the name of the command is rm? You can find the appropriate commands or manual pages with a man space dash key and the k, man space dash k, and let's say remove, because you want to find all the pages which have the keyword remove. Okay, so K means keyword. Okay, as you can see, there are lots of other man pages and programs which has the purpose to remove something, but you can find it rm and the rmdir as well, just like before. So you can search between the manual pages with the man dash K. Let's say if you want to say copy, you just issue that command and you see there's lots of other man pages here, and the CP is between them. And you can see the description as well. So copy files and directories. And after that you just type in man space CP. Okay, and if you have read enough, just press Q and you are just log out or quit from the man page. Okay, so if you don't want to issue the man command with a K option. There's an alternative. It's called apropos, and it has the same purpose as the man minus K. So let's say apropos remove, and it will list all the man pages related to some remove options or remove commands. So as you can see, that was the same. Okay, so far about file management commands. Clear the screen and take a quick look at the disk and directory informations. To see a big picture about the space usage of the system, just issue the command df, which means disk free, and just press enter. And if you see something like that, the file system, it's not tmpfs or something like that that you'd have, but something like SDA or anything, or it's under the slash directory, it's called the root directory. You can see how much space do you consume on the file system and how much left, but again, it's in bytes. If you want to see that in a human readable form, there's the same option, the H. So type in df space -h, press enter, and you can see, okay, under root file system, right now we have all the subdirectories on the file system under that directory. I still have almost 7 gigabytes of free space, and I used 4.3 gigabytes. Okay? And to see what a specific directory consumes on a file system, let's say where I am on a PWD. Okay, I'm at a home directory. Just issue the command du, it means disk usage, and I start with the H, the human readable form, because as you may suspect, if you don't issue that, you will get everything in bytes. So if you want to list the current directory's usage, you can just type dot, which means the current directory. Just type in du space -h space dot and press enter. Okay, you can see lots of information about lots of directories and the subdirectories of subdirectories and so on. So you can say there are lots of directories under .cache. They are hidden directories. And there's a cache evolution, and under the evolution there's task, and so on. And you can see a global summon from cache. But what happens if you want to only know the usage of the current directory and you are not interested in the disk usage of the subdirectories? You can issue the command du-h and an S, which means a summary. So I just issued a command, okay, and this is the same. If you want a specific directory usage to know, if you want to know the disk usage of a specific directory, just issue that command du-hs and the absolute path of the directory. So let's say user share doc, where is all the documentations and man pages under that. Okay, you see it's the grand total is 81 megabytes. So, and the grand total for my home directory, which is the same right now as the local, let's say home Duckademy, and you can see, okay, the Duckademy user consumed 13 megabytes. Okay, and the last option you want to know about that, if you want to know the space usage of the subdirectories under a specific directory, but you don't want to see all the subdirectories of the subdirectory, you can use the max depth option and give it the maximum depth you want to see. So let's see what's happening. just type in the command du-h --max-dept equals 1, home Duckademy. And as you can see, it lists all the directories and summarizes the disk usage of the subdirectories under the home Duckademy directory. And without that, the max dept is the same. You see, there's a .cache consumes, the .cache upstart, and so on and so on. And sometimes you don't want to see that much information. You can always give much more dept. So dept 2, dept 3, and so on. So as you can see, you see the home Duckademy.cache 1conf, or you see home Duckademy.cache evolution, but no information about the individual directories under the evolution, just like the tasks you have seen before. But it will give you the correct summarization of the file space consumption of that directory. Okay, so that was all, and I hope you enjoyed it, and goodbye.